Hello again, STRUCKTLF. Today I bring you good news. Good news and a new reason to get excited. And the name of this reason is Dragonkin the Banished. And if you're an action RPG fan, you would be even more excited, especially if you're a Diablo-style, Diablo-esque action RPG isometric hack and slash game fan. There's many of us out there, me including, and Dragonkin the Banished is an upcoming February 2025 release game, at least for now. Of course, this is a temporary release date. It might change, it might not change, but it is developed by most of all Echo Software, previously known for mostly in that genre for making Warhammer Chaosbane. They've recently released Welcome to Paradise with a Z, which is a survival game, but they have been working for a few years. I told you long ago, back then, that they were looking for people to hire for an unnamed project, and that project now finally has been named Dragonkin the Banished. And with this video, we will quickly look at what has been announced, including the trailer footage that they have shared. So buckle up and let's go. First of all, I want to take a look at the descriptions on Steam. What is this game about? First of all, in a world dominated by dragons, play as one of 4 heroes, solo or multiplayer, and fight hordes of enemies. Adapt your build with the unique Ancestral Grid system, improve your city and share it with your friends. Now, obviously, there will be similarities with other games, and this Ancestral Grid system, which I'll talk about in a moment, is a lot like the one that you can find in Undecember. They haven't shown it, but they've explained it. Now, first of all, about the war, the backdrop of the game. In Dragonkin the Banished, you wander a world corrupted by the blood of dragons that have caused evil creatures to appear. You play as one of 4 classes and set out to hunt and fight draconic monsters. Every enemy is one step closer to your ultimate goal: find and eliminate the dragon wards. I really love the dragon related stuff. One of my favorite design of armors have always been inspired by dragons, with scales, with spikes, with white wingy looking things on the shields, on the helmets, on the swords and so on. So I'm a big fan of that design, of that backdrop, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game whenever we can, for beta testing if possible especially. Now, for heroes, there is the Barbarian, the Witch, the Knight, the Archer. All the heroes have developed their own skills and combat techniques to fight the dragons. As you progress through the game, you can develop and improve your character, equipment, Wormlink, which would be a pet I'm assuming, and Ancestral Grid. Let's talk about the Barbarian a little. The Barbarian, the Ice Warrior, so Ice Barbarian. I love Ice Barbarians in games. Like his father before him, he survived ingesting white dragon blood and acquired powers of ice without losing his humanity. He takes it like a true barbarian, freezing his enemies and deals huge melee damage with his devastating axe and hammer. The more damage he takes, the more powerful his attacks. And them using him, then that means most likely gender-walked characters. It existed in Warhammer Chaosbane, it most likely will exist in this game. And Warhammer Chaosbane eventually got additional classes, so you would expect, if this game makes enough money, to keep development going when that happens, for them to unleash a few more classes or subclasses or whatever. So that we have more diversity. Now, regarding the Witch, the Draconic Oracle, transformed by blood of the Blue Dragon, she dreams of a world in which dragons and humans can live together. She uses her electric draconic powers to keep enemies at a distance. The Witch often stays away from the melee, where she can charge her spells and deal damage from a range. Sounds pretty fun. Next up, the Knight, the Soldier of the Order. Trained in combat since childhood, he is a master of the fire lance and shield, so a tank obviously. He can resist all draconic corruption thanks to his determination and faith in the Eternal. He's the ideal balance between melee and ranged attacks thanks to his formidable lance, which also spits out flames. Then we have the Archer. the tracker archer. As the best hunter in her clan, she boasts outstanding skill. Her arsenal includes arrow, daggers, traps, and draconic toxic substances. Ideal for ranged combat, she can also create a poisonous area around her to become unreachable. Now, the game is described as limitless builds with the Ancestral Grid, and this is what they are explaining the Ancestral Grid is. An innovative mechanic to level up your character and make them a unique fighter. Acquire abilities as combat loot. It's not the first game that has done it. Many games have fucked up big time by making skills drop as loot. Hopefully it works out for this game. Now you acquire abilities as combat wood and then you place them in the grid next to a wide range of modifiers. So you will be able to place skills on a grid similar to this Undecember. And just like in Undecember, you would be able to put modifiers around those skills. So yeah, you will be able to optimize the placement of these elements to define your fighting style and become more powerful. Each hero has their own grid and endless combinations of abilities and modifiers. Now there is a world to explore. Fight draconic monsters and learn its story by traveling across the world of Dragonkin. Volcanic lands, frozen plains, ancient islands, toxic swamps and many other environments. As you hunt, you will discover everything the world has to offer. Each region has its own culture, monsters and resources. Typical, similar to Chaosbane, we will have distinct monsters in each act, distinct looking biomes and so on. And next, a city to develop in line with your vision. In the heart of the mountains, sheltered from dragons and their voices, lies a huge city and bastion of humanity. This city grows and changes based on your decisions and discoveries. As you progress, decide which area of its development to focus on, upgrade your buildings and find new inhabitants, equipment and additional services on your own or with other players. All the heroes in your city can be involved in this development and can unlock new content. Which sounds like you would have a hub which might be used like you know, in Torchlight you had forts in Torchlight 3, how you have hideouts in PoE and so on. You would have your base of operations where you would be able to grow it, expand it, upgrade it, and maybe add some NPCs or unlock some NPCs and unlock new content when you do stuff with each hero. At least that's how I understand it. Hopefully that's true, all of those things I speculated just now. And we cannot have a game like that without co-op. And as the veterans from Echo Games know how to make co-op, not just online but local, this game will also have up to 2-player local co-op, as well as online with up to 4 players. Just like in Chaosbane, this game will also be on PlayStation and on Xbox. So local co-op for PlayStation and Xbox players will be perfect. Shoulder to shoulder, back to back, playing together. Not bad, not bad. And obviously having 4-man co-op is the bare minimum for co-op I expect in a game nowadays. So as long as they don't have problems with servers and as long as they offer an offline mode like they did with Chaosbane, this would be nice. But Chaosbane had one big problem. Offline progress could go online and people could cheat, use trainers. I've had people training in my game, refusing that they're using trainers until I called them out on their bullshit and then leaving my game while streaming. So hopefully stuff like that gets sorted. Hopefully they do make a separation between online and offline so that we have less cheaters online or zero cheaters if possible online.
To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer wanna be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, STRUCKTLF. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.